But it is not just the Chinese government that is a threat to our country. On Monday, the far-right, racist hate preacher Tommy Robinson, who is currently on trial for allegedly refusing to comply with counter-terror police, claimed that his legal costs are being paid by Elon Musk. It is outrageous that a man who has so much control over what people read online every day could be funding someone who stokes far-right extremism on our streets. If this was Putin, the government surely would act. So will the Prime Minister commission the security services to assess the threat that Elon Musk poses to our democracy and recommend measures to this House that we can take to stop it?
Well, I can tell her we do look across the board at threats to our democracy and must continue to do so. I won't comment on the particular case, given the state of legal proceedings.
The Civil Roberts.
Ahead of his party conference, the Prime Minister told the BBC he wasn't sure whether he'd campaign in Caerphilly for the by-election on the 23rd of October. This is an important by-election in Wales. Well, there's just over a week to go and he hasn't shown his face there yet. So what's the problem, Mr Speaker? Is it his party decision to close 10 libraries in the community? Cuts to disability support? Or perhaps it's the fact that even the council leader resigned from the Labour Party and is calling on people to support Plaid Cymru?
Well, Mr Speaker, she leaves out of account that we provided £21 billion, the largest ever settlement for Wales. And what did she do? What did she do? She voted against it, if you can believe it. I noticed, whilst we're on the question of money, she's accepted figures this week showing independence would cost every Welsh person £7,000. They should be honest about the cost to the people of Wales of their policies.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Business confidence has fallen for 5 consecutive quarters. And Rix has said there is significant concerns in the housing market. Now, the Prime Minister could inject some confidence back into the economy. He could help working families get onto the housing ladder. And he could even simplify the tax affairs for his cabinet if he adopted the policy advocated by the Leader of the Opposition in scrapping stamp duty on residential properties. Now, will the Prime Minister at least commit that he won't be raising property taxes in his nightmare before Christmas budget?
Well, Mr Speaker, we're certainly not going to be following the Leader of the Opposition. She unveiled what she called her golden economic rule, I think it was. That involves, on the one hand, £47 billion of spending cuts. That's a fifth of the NHS budget, with not a shred of detail about where the money would come from. The Institute for Government said it was on shaky foundations. More unfunded tax cut, more austerity for public services. They haven't listened and they haven't learned.
I thank the Prime Minister for his strong words at our party conference, calling for unity at a time when many feel our country is divided and rightly calling out racism. As a second-generation immigrant born in this country, people like me and so many of our constituents have every right to be here. No one should face hatred because of the colour of their skin. Does the Prime Minister agree that some of those on the benches opposite who seek to stoke division and keep close company with those who accept Russian bribes cannot and should not be trusted to govern this country?
Mr Speaker, she captures the choice between us as a country. Either we can give in to division or come together as a country and renew our country. This is Hate Crime Awareness Week. And in the past fortnight, we've seen the horrific terror atrocity in Manchester and a despicable arson attack on the mosque in Peacehaven. I want to be clear as Prime Minister. I am proud to lead and to serve this beautiful, tolerant and diverse country. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us.
Mr Speaker, the end of the answer was different from the beginning of the answer. What on earth is the point of us having a lawyer rather than a leader as the Prime Minister if he can't even get the law right on a matter of national security? He keeps going to the CPS. The CPS have said that they are satisfied that they were right to charge in August 2024. The Sunday Times reported that Jonathan Powell, the Prime Minister's national security advisor, convened a secret meeting to discuss the security consequences of the China spy trial. Did the meeting happen, or is the Sunday Times making it up?
Mr Speaker, she's clearly not a lawyer or a leader. Mr Speaker. the problem for her is I do actually understand the law. I know what's got to be proven. I've also looked at the evidence. That was put in under the last government in relation to this case. There was a meeting in September. That did not involve the National Security Advisor discussing the evidence in any way, nor, Mr. Speaker, one further piece of evidence. The final statement in this case was submitted in August 2025. There was no further submission of evidence, one way or the other, after any discussion in September. This is a red herring, a completely scurrilous allegation made by the Leader of the Opposition.
Calithia Studios in Mid Dumbartonshire is a prime example of a business doing everything the government asks. The owner of this beauty salon and her 3 employees each earn less than £30,000 a year. Yet the business will pay the government over £36,000 for the year in VAT, employers' national insurance and pension contributions. Does the Prime Minister think it's fair the hard-working owner who is providing jobs and training on the high street contributes more to the exchequer than she earns in a year? And does he believe this encourages entrepreneurship, which is important for economic growth and local jobs?
Speaker, as you will know, we protected business rates bills from inflation, extended relief at 40% with new permanent lower rates set on and introduced for retail, hospitality and leisure. And as part of our small business plan, we're providing £3 billion so that lenders can offer more loans to small businesses. We're, of course, introducing the most significant package on late payments, a real issue for small businesses, and reforms that are bigger than anything in the last 25 years.
Whitby.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can the Prime Minister update the House on the government's elections bill? And does he agree that, in light of recent court cases and the conviction of Reform's former leader in Wales, that no party whose leaders take Russian bribes can be trusted to defend our democracy?
Mr. Speaker, Labour is introducing an elections bill to protect our democracy from foreign interference. But look at Reform. The member for Clapton and his deputy worked alongside someone who took money to spread Putin's propaganda. Whatever their denials, they have serious questions to answer about what they knew. But that is the choice. Kremlin cronies sowing division or Labour patriots working for national renewal.